Well, they say you are what you eat, right? Well, for me, some of my migraines were actually coming from the food that I would eat. Yes, yes, food can be a trigger for migraines. It's really hard to switch, but then in another sense, it's not hard to switch up what you're eating or how you're eating. Today, we're a society, obviously, of, you know, how fast can we do things? How convenient are things, right? Well, through researching and testing, come to find out, I am highly sensitive to preservatives, which is in most of your prepared foods, as well as your frozen, your canned, really just about anything in a bag, bread, your deli, and it was just necessary for me to begin to change and look at new ways to feed the family. So today I want to talk to you about canning. Yeah, canning. So I know we all like convenient food. This is your answer. This right here is cabbage soup. So what I do, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not time consuming, contrary to what you think. It really isn't. So when I make soup, for example, I make a very large batch, and then I can what is left. So I had a great big pot of cabbage soup, and I ended up with 4 quarts of this canned for future. Now what happens when you can? Well, that's another whole topic, but this it gets preserved. Make sure you're using the right equipment and the right jars, but 5 years, right around in there. So I've got quite the stock of food on hand. Very convenient. I have canned everything from fresh food. Definitely in season fruits and vegetables. Perfect. Potatoes, corn, your carrots, your green beans, which is all, when they're in season, that is the time to do it. I have canned meats. I've even canned the beginning makings for soups. I've done, like carrots, celery, onion, and garlic. I canned that, so if I wanted to make a really quick soup, I could do it, and I wouldn't have to wait for the carrots. Just take longer, and onions, Plus, I make all my own broth. So if, let's say, I open up the crisper in the refrigerator and it's like, ooh, darn, I've got a lot of vegetables that need to be used up. That's when I make veggie broth. I take it all, throw it in a stock pot, fill it with water, let it cook. I'll add my own oregano, thyme, basil, rosemary, lemon balm, all of that from my garden. I'll put in onions and celery, all of that. Then I blend that when it's done, throw it back into the broth and can it. I make chicken broth the same way. I'll take the whole chicken, cook it down, take it out, and from that point I will take and debone the chicken, take the veggies I have put in there. That's when I put them in there whole, because they're much easier to fish out. Then I blend that, put it back into the broth, can it. So I've always got bone broth, fresh bone broth. Great to cook with. When I make a dill dressing, I use my veggie broth in place of water. Excellent. So, why does it not take long? All I do is put something on the stove, come back to it towards the end of the day. Maybe it takes me 10-15 minutes to fill the jars, put them into my All-American canner, let that go, and a half hour later, I have 5 to 6 jars or a double layer of pints ready to go. That is not time consuming, and it is so convenient. When you get company you're not expecting, I can easily put together a meal without any problem whatsoever. So the best thing I think about the canning is I'm able to preserve food with no preservatives. Again, yes, certain foods, and I can go into more depth because I want to go even deeper into some types of food that could be creating some problems for you, but there's no preservatives. That's the big thing for me. No preservatives with what I can. And I'm using all organic all the time. So I really am on a mission to help frustrated women that are struggling with severe migraines learn, see, and understand what it is that is triggering their migraines so that they can regain and live life to your fullest and function normal. Yeah, it's possible. There's so many factors, but I mean, you got to start, right? If you're a migraine survivor like me, I would love to know what you have found your triggers to be. Comment below and let me know. Blessings, may you have wellness, purpose, and abundance.